Hey, what is going on, my fellow godlies and Warframe enthusiasts from around the world? I am Vance from Warframe God Builds, and today I wanted to talk about a topic that's lingered on for about a year and a month's time, and that is the very controversial topic of Excalibur Umbra. Now, I'm personally invested in this guy because he's the poster boy, he's the reason why I got into Warframe, and he's my favorite Warframe of all time. So the hype is so real, but the reason why he is so controversial is because he was initially brought into the Chinese server as their version of Excalibur Prime. And Excalibur Prime here in the States was something that was available for a limited time for founders, and you had to pay $200 for it. So when they took him away and they stated that they would never put him back into the game, therefore never giving anybody else an opportunity to get him, it would naturally upset a lot of people when Umbra was announced to the global build, because pretty much that's giving all the players who didn't pay shit, a prime version of Excalibur. I sort of understand their gripe, but at the same time, I also think about Warframe as an ever-expanding universe that constantly evolves over time. Meta is constantly changing, and it's not too far-fetched to imagine this game as a free roam game 10 years down the road with the rate at which it has facelifts. So this brings a lot of different questions to the table regarding Excalibur Umbra. I firmly believe that he is going to drop in the War Within, and I have every reason to believe so because they said that Excalibur Umbra is going to bring his own features and his own lore to separate him from Prime. Similar to the Second Dream bringing in the focus system, I feel like Excalibur Umbra is going to introduce a system in the War Within, and I have evidence to support this claim. I have evidence to support this theory. But in order to do that, I have to bring up a few screenshots. So without further ado, let's get into these screenshots, shall we? This right here is obviously the Chinese arsenal. It's someone sporting Excalibur Umbra while also wearing the proto skin. One thing that I want you to take note of here is the fact that you've still got the spikes protruding out of the elbows. You still got the loincloth dangling over the groin area, the helmet, and the scarf. And it just leads me to question whether or not Umbra is actually going to be a standalone frame in the US version. If he's not going to be a standalone version, does that mean that all of what you see here are just skins or auxiliary attachments similar to what Valkyr and Necros has? Or is it something completely different that we've yet to consider? Digital Extremes likes to throw us curveballs. They like to do the unpredictable thing. And so what I'm getting here is that this may be the product of an Umbra upgrade. Now hear me out. A couple of dev streams ago, they talked about arcanes being an issue. They talked about it limiting the player to a certain Syandana or a certain helmet. And if that was the case, it really limits your customization, your creativity as a player, and they want to address that. What better way to address that than to release an Umbra upgrade system where you can attach something to your Warframe similar to a lens? So you put on an Umbra upgrade, and it allows you to benefit from any arcanes you have attached to Syandanas or helmets. Obviously, with the maximum count of arcanes you can benefit from being 2, you would be able to pull from any Syandana to benefit that Warframe. That's just an idea. And if DE hasn't yet considered that, there you go. There's an idea. If they were on the fence about what to do about Umbra, trying to find a happy medium between it being its own skin or it being a standalone frame, this is potentially the best way to introduce that system, having Umbra be a specific thing for a specific Warframe that allows you to benefit from whatever arcane universally. Another question that's posed from this screenshot is how Syandanas are going to interact with these Umbra attachments, because if you note with this picture, you have a primed accessory Syandana, yet he's still wielding the silk that comes from this scarf, and he's also using the Hunhouse gift attachments. So we already knew that you were going to be able to use auxiliary attachments with the normal attachments regardless. But we didn't know whether or not Excalibur Umbra was going to be his own thing. So I would imagine, based on this screenshot, that we're still going to be able to use everything aesthetically that the Chinese are doing. I just can't see it being like Prisma Orthos or Carmine Penta not being in the game for us, whereas it's available for the Chinese. And personally, as soon as I get Excalibur Umbra, I'm switching immediately to that glorious Tennogen Excalibur Grax and the Ogrent helmet, and I can't fathom Excalibur Umbra being reduced to just a skin. I feel like that would be a completely wasted opportunity, but yet at the same time, I feel as though it would anger a lot of different founders to have him be his standalone thing, and the happy medium there is to just, you know, release these attachments as an auxiliary and then let Umbra be a different system in the game, which allows for more range of arcanes or whatever. Regardless of what it ends up being, I still want the scarf and the Syandana. I feel as though the scarf would look so good with a lot of different Tennogen Syandanas, a lot of Tennogen skins, and I personally can't see it being any other way, but I'm really open to ideas, thoughts, and opinions in the comments section. So if you found this video to be informative and thought-provoking, go ahead and give it that thumbs up. Be aware that we also include God Builds merchandise in the description, along with our Facebook fan page and the link to my Twitter and my Twitch. So if this has generated any ideas, feel free to post your ideas in the comments section, and I will see you in the next video. This has been Vance, signing out. Peace.